Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while since my last YouTube post, but a lot of things happened. I had an important lab presentation that I had to prepare a lot for, and then I got COVID, and then I was out for a week and a half. Regarding COVID, I think other than the average or like the normal set of symptoms that everyone gets, I think the most prominent thing for me was the brain fog. I honestly didn't know how bad it was until it went away. But as soon as it cleared, I could open up my laptop or read an article without feeling like I understood nothing. No, it was even beyond not understanding anything. It's just that I couldn't even focus at all. And then once it cleared, I could actually see things again for the first time. So that was a very big moment for me. I was like, okay, finally I'm getting better. But otherwise than that, it was like it was pretty much the same as of a cold, I think, for me. So I'm very thankful that I didn't have any serious symptoms. Anyways, for this video, I wanted to touch upon a topic that is more casual and not too serious. So I decided to talk to you guys about my staple shoes, or like my 4 sets of shoes that I own, and like only 4, because I feel like if I did I think a situation is a little bit different for me, and it doesn't apply to all PhD students. But for me, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I started my PhD in Barcelona, but now I'm doing a graduate research traineeship in Montreal, Canada. And after this is over, I need to go back to Barcelona. But my traineeship is not short. It's not like a couple weeks or months, but it's a year-long traineeship. And so it wasn't like I leave most of my baggage behind in Barcelona and bring a suitcase. No, every single time I move my entire life with me. So it was very difficult because I don't have family in Montreal or Barcelona, as in like I don't have a parent's house where I can just leave most of my stuff and grab a couple of suitcases and go. No, it's more like I live by myself, so everything I own comes with me or is thrown away or given away or donated. So for the past since 2019, because that is when I first moved to Barcelona for my master's degree, since 2019, my entire life has been in 2 large suitcases and a carry-on. So there's really not that much you can put in when you consider that you need to put in everything that you own in 2 suitcases. It's really difficult for me, and I think especially as a girl, I tend to accumulate stuff. It's like I see one cute thing or another useful thing, and I just get them, and then they pile up. And even in Barcelona, I knew that I was coming back to Montreal for the traineeship, and I told myself, hey Rim, you're not going to accumulate a lot of things. I eventually had to throw away like 3 XL garbage bags of stuff. I gave away 5 more bags, and even last minute 2 IKEA bags to like a close friend of mine or colleague back in Barcelona before I could actually leave. And even my suitcases were a little over the limit, but thankfully the agent at the airport let me through because it was only a couple, like 1 or 2 kilos. But anyways, I am rambling. So I wanted to introduce my 4 pairs of shoes that I carry with me, and I stick by these 4 only, and I do not buy any more because I cannot afford any more space. Okay, so the first thing are flip-flops. Like, these are super essential because when I was living in Montreal for my undergrad, these weren't actually necessary because the apartment that I used to live in had all carpeted floors, and during the winter, like the heat comes through. It's central heating, so there's heating everywhere, and I never had to wear long sleeve or long pants during the winter because Montreal is such a cold country during the winter, its heating system is very well done. But when I moved to Barcelona, it's a completely different story, because Barcelona is a country where they are known for their hot, sunny summers. So I think all of their buildings are built in such a way that the building itself is a cooling system, or the building itself tries to be cool at all times. I don't know how it works, but I think that's how it works, because it's very cool in the summer. Like there's a slight breeze going in, even though it's very hot outside. Like obviously when it's super hot, like above 30 degrees, you need to turn the AC on. Like you cannot live without it, or the fan, or anything you have. But usually it's quite cool. However, that cooling structure building of Barcelona kind of backfires during the winter, because it becomes incredibly chilly indoors. Like, and they don't have carpeted floors. No, they're all wooden or tile floors, which I really like. They also have designs on their floors which are really pretty. But anyways, it becomes super cold indoors that I would wear so many layers of long sleeve shirts, sweaters, cardigans, hoodies, like whatever warm thing I have, I would pile them onto me, because they don't really have central heating, at least in the at least in the flat that I used to live at. And it's either like their heating systems are very localized systems. Like it's either a heating fan or like a AC that has a heating module. So it's like that location is warm, but the rest of the place is not. And if you have tile floors, it turns into ice. Like it's super, super cold. Anyways, so for me, these flip-flops were a lifesaver, because without them, like one morning, you accidentally wake up and your bare feet touches the floor. Oh, you definitely wake up. Anyways, I'm rambling. Moving on to my next one. Are my running shoes or sneakers or whatever comfortable shoes you own. These are the ones that these shoes are the ones that I pretty much wear like almost 365 days, because I love comfortable shoes. I gave up heels and everything nice looking once I reached a certain age, and now everything is about comfort. And I live in my running shoes or sneakers or whatever comfortable shoes I have. These ones are from Echo. It's a new shoe store that I found, or that I discovered that it existed. And I'm afraid I've come to an age where I can't just buy shoes because they look pretty. I need to try them on, walk in them to make sure they're comfortable for my feet. And in Barcelona, I used to walk a lot. Their transportation is pretty nice. Their public transportation, they have trains, buses, metro stations and everything. But because it's such a nice weather country city, I really enjoyed walking. And during the high of the COVID pandemic, I used to walk back and forth from home, and that would be like 2 hours or so. And I think my running shoes really saved my feet. Next pair are my winter booties. I have to admit, this was a new addition once I came back to Montreal, because in Spain you do not need this. They actually don't even sell this style. This is from Timberlands. If any of you live in Canada, you would recognize this tree like right away. I don't even have to introduce it, but this is like your life-saving boots in Canada. I came back to Montreal, I think in mid-December, and it was such a drastic change from Barcelona, because I came from wearing a light jacket to like a full snowfall. Like there was a snowstorm and everything, and I realized, wow, my idea of winter was so spoiled from Barcelona. I did not expect this. So the first thing I did within the first 2 days of arriving here, I think in December, the first thing I did was order my boots because I cannot walk around. And then the last thing, my last pair of shoes is from Zara. They even come with this little dust bag, which is super nice, I guess. Considering Zara isn't really high end, so they don't really need dust bags. But I think because these sandals, they're made out of leather, and I think a little bit higher price point than their average goods. I think it came with a dust bag. Well, I don't know if all shoes come with a dust bag. I've never actually ordered online. I usually shop in person, but this one I bought online. And in the box it came with this. So I thought it was super nice. But these are my summer sandals. So I think summer sandals are super important because I didn't really care about them. Usually I would just wear my sneakers in the summers as well, but but I feel like the summers have been getting a lot hotter and more humid these days, and a lot of sweat accumulates in my shoes. I apologize for that image, and I realized that my feet need some ventilation. So I started to look into comfortable sandals, and this is what I got. And these are super comfortable, and they're also super cute. I wanted to get the black version, but I think it was super popular. Like, everyone's mind was in the same mindset as I was. And anyways, so you put your toes in, and these straps kind of go around your ankles like this. And then you put it on like a belt kind of around your ankles, and it looks super nice. And it's actually pretty comfortable too. And it's flat, so I have no worries about falling over or tripping because of heels. Okay. Anyways, that's it for my staple shoes. I have 4. Usually, some of them are kind of location specific. These I don't really need in Spain. I actually don't need it at all because I haven't had I didn't even see a single what do you call it, a flake of snow in Spain, in Barcelona. So these I will probably leave in storage once I go back, but these shoes are coming with me for sure. And summer sandals are like an absolute must in Spain because your feet need the air too. Anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.